Hey guys, it's Karen. I want to go over our project for this week for the kids. The lesson is about wildlife in art. We're going to do a little puffin picture. It's adorable and I think the kids are going to love it. I'm doing a miniaturized version. This sheet of paper that I have here is smaller than what you'll be using. Just use a regular sheet of cardstock is all you need. You're going to want to use pencil to draw it out first. Whoops, sorry, let me focus. Pencil to draw it out first, then they will Sharpie it, and then erase any pencil lines that are still there, and then watercolor it. Now, one of the key things with this project is the simple fact that we want to show depth. And what I like to do is I have the kids all stand, put them kind of in a line, and like one person put their hands down low and the next person a little higher, next one a little higher and higher. And then I ask them if the person behind them is actually there or is it just their hands, and the kids are like, well, they're there, we just can't see them. So what I try and stress is, even though you don't always see the whole picture, it doesn't mean it's not there. It's implied. It's just understood that we don't cut your arms off so they're visible. You're just standing behind something that is covering you. So for this, our rocks and our waves will be overlapping. We're going to start off by figuring about halfway up your paper. That's going to be about where your water line goes. We're going to start with one wave. Make sure the kids know that a wave does not necessarily mean the up and down wave. If it's something they want to do that they're insistent upon, of course let them, but a real wave is more curvy. So let's do another wave next to it, a little bit close. And now we're going to draw our first rock. We're going to start here. Part of the rock is below water. So just a kind of a bumpy frown. And I'm going to do a little one over here. Bumpy frown. Now I'm going to come in here with more water, but whenever I reach my rock, I'm going to stop. I'm going to lift my pencil. I'm going to come on over, drop it back down, and continue on. Same thing. Now we're going to add a large rock. It's going to come off the page. And it's going to come on down. And let's add some water behind it. Okay. Now we want to make sure that we have some splash. So maybe some teardrops, some little circles kind of coming out of water where the waves are splashing. All right. Okay, so now we're going to draw our puffins. I'm going to move this aside for a second. We're going to want to practice a puffin. A puffin starts off with a circle head, and they're going to want to draw it real soft, and a circle body slightly to the side. So if this puffin is looking to the right, his body's going to be a little more to the left. We're going to connect it on both sides. Bring it around for the head. A puffin beak is different than other beaks because it's kind of rounded. It doesn't do this. It's a curved line and a curved line. It's got a line through the middle, and then there's another curved line and a curved line. They have a C where their eye sits nicely in the middle. Let's come on down here and give them a little bit of a pointed tail, not too far down. There you go. And then he's got a little wing that starts at about the neck and swoops down to the tail. So then we can erase all extra lines. The legs are going to be 2 straight lines, and they have 2 little lines coming out for the little toes. That's a little puffin. So now we want to draw some puffins. The further away something is, the smaller it tends to be. Now here, the rock is large in the back, but that doesn't mean it's not smaller than if it were up here. So what we want to do is our puffins that are up here are going to be smaller than the puffins over here. So I'm going to put one right over here, and he's going to be kind of behind the rock. So I don't have to really worry too much about the tail or the legs. There's one. I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to pause the video and add the rest. There we go. So I'm going to pause it. I think I'm going to add one more kind of in the background. Actually, I could do it while we're sitting here. He's going to be looking up, and he's going to be a little bit behind. Like, what's up, buddy? Okay, so there's our puffins. I want to add a little sun up here. And there's our basic picture, and then the kids will sign it. Next step is to Sharpie it. Once it's been Sharpied, they're going to fill it in with watercolors. Please remind the kids that if they paint this and then paint this right away, your colors might bleed over. So take it in puzzle pieces. Skip around, skip around, skip around. And also, in order to make a darker blue and a lighter blue, is determined by how much water is put into the paint. So if they use a whole lot of water, they're going to have a very, very light blue. If they use very little water, they're going to have a very dark blue. Another way to make darker colors is to layer them. So let's say they do blue here, oops, sorry, and then it dries. They can put another coat of blue on there. Now for the splashes, I am going to recommend that you give them just a touch of white acrylic, and that they add that last, and it'll look like it's on top. Another thing they can do is just add some little bushy areas where there's actually plant life on this rock. And that's it. It's a very sweet little picture. I'm gonna pause the video and put the original on here so you can see what it looks like. And make sure that you take pictures of the kids in action and with finished products and post it on our site, or send it straight to me and I will post them. Thanks so much, you guys. Have a good one.